As a minimalist, I try to simplify everything in my life, including my food. So I pretty much eat and drink similar stuff every single day to stay healthy, save time, save money, and honestly, just because it's a lot easier. The first thing I do every single morning is have a glass of water. I pretty much just chug one, and then I have another glass over the next about half an hour. Then I make the exact same amount of coffee, 20 grams of coffee, and roughly 370 grams of water. If I have more than this, I start to get jittery. But since I don't eat until about noon, the coffee helps blunt my appetite, and also I just really enjoy making it and drinking it, and I honestly get so much enjoyment out of coffee. I start eating around 12 or 1 o'clock. This gives me about 16 hours of being fasted. The mornings before I eat, I am so productive. I feel more mentally focused. It also helps me maintain weight, because if I start eating in the morning, like I would just eat nonstop until night and I would be fat. Seriously, like 6 years ago when I started doing intermittent fasting, I lost about 40 pounds the first year. And actually one of my goals for this year is to hit 500,000 subscribers. And if I do that, I'll be able to get a Tesla. So if you want to help me get there, don't forget to subscribe. At around noon, I'm starting to feel really hungry, and I can pretty much see smells like it's getting bad, but also like I'm really productive in that state. Kind of feel like an animal, like, I don't know, like you're hunting. So that's when I have oatmeal. I've had this every morning for the past like 6 years. Like, unless I'm traveling, and even when I am traveling, I try to find oatmeal. I generally just put in a couple berries, maybe half a dozen almonds, a little bit of cinnamon. So when I am the hungriest and I can like eat an insane amount of stuff, I try to pick something that's gonna be healthy, cheap, and filling, so that I don't end up overeating. And also, like, when I don't eat oatmeal, my stomach doesn't feel as good. So this is just generally something that I do every day. After that, I normally have 2 eggs on a sandwich. Since I worked out this morning, I also took whatever meat I could find in the fridge. Today it was just hamburgers, and put that in the sandwich as well to get some protein in. We've been really trying to focus on where we get our food. So like the eggs that we get are from a local farm, and I think you can just completely tell the difference. And it's also like feel different, they taste different, they're a different color. And also, you know that they're just sustainably raised and not like mass-produced eggs where the chickens live in the space the size of an iPad. That's just not something I really want to support. We also do this with our meat. We get a lot of it from Butcher Box, who's actually the sponsor of this video. I don't really like supporting big meat companies that really don't care too much about their animals' well-being, and also pump a lot of crap into their meat. I really like to know that my meat is humanely raised, and that's something that Butcher Box does. Their chicken is free range and USDA certified organic. Their beef is 100% grass-fed and pasture raised. The pork is raised crate free, and the seafood is wild caught. So we know that we're not only getting like high quality meats, but also that we can feel good about where they're coming from. It's also been hard to find decent quality meats unless you go directly to a farm. So that's another thing that I like about Butcher Box, is it's reasonably priced and it can just show up at your door. A really cool promotion that they're running right now is new members get 2 pounds of grass-fed, grass-finished ground beef in their box for the lifetime of their memberships. So I think that's a really good value. If you guys want to check them out, you can use the link down in the description. So after I finish my oatmeal and my eggs, I usually grab a smoothie to bring with me back to my desk while I get a little bit of work done. For the most part, my smoothies are pretty basic, and I try to batch make them so that I don't have to do it every day. I just do it like generally twice a week. My general recipe is 1 to 2 bananas, some frozen strawberries, frozen blueberries, kale either from our garden when it's in season or just from a store. Also put in a couple scoops of protein powder. We're trying a few different ones out right now, trying to find the right one for us. This is just a rice protein powder, because honestly it was pretty cheap. And since we don't really have dairy, I've been staying away from the whey proteins and stuff like that. Also put in a little bit of calcium just because we're trying to get more of that in our diet right now. And then that's generally what I sip on for the next couple hours to try to get some fruits and vegetables in, because I don't honestly love eating vegetables, so it's a way to force myself to have some kale every day. Around 3 o'clock, I'm generally getting hungry again, so I'll snoop around, and whatever we have in the fridge is generally what I'll eat at this point for like a early dinner, late lunch type thing. Today I had beef stew that was left over from yesterday. We always try to meal plan so that we only have to cook 2 to 3 days per week. This saves honestly a lot of time and money when we can cook for one day and either freeze some of it or have that for another day's lunch or dinner. When you add it up, it saves a lot of time every week, and it's really nice to have leftover healthy, real food sitting around your fridge. And we just try to make sure that we actually eat everything that we do cook so that we don't end up wasting everything. And honestly, it's just a lot easier. Meredith generally does our meal planning. She'll write it out on this board here, and then we'll try to keep our shopping to just once a week. And because we actually have a plan when we're shopping and a list to go by and know exactly what we're gonna eat every day, it has saved us a lot of money on our grocery bill. So after my mid-afternoon feeding, I'll generally go a couple more hours. Me and Meredith might do something together, go for a walk, maybe read a book or work on a project. And then before I get to my magic elixir drink that I have every night, around 6 o'clock is when we have like our official dinner, which is generally my biggest meal of the day. Tonight, we're making one of my favorite like 5-minute meals. This is so cheap and easy to do, and it can last for a couple days dinner. It's just really good. Today, we're using chicken from the butcher box, but we can use any type of meat. This is really good with steak as well. We'll either shred it or just chop it finely into a bowl, add a few different spices to it and some rice vinegar, which is actually really good. We'll also do the same thing with a purple cabbage or a regular cabbage if you want to do that. I just like the color of the purple one because I'm a child. So in the bowl with the cabbage, we'll also add some carrots in with that and also some onions. You can do as much or a little of those as you want, really depends on what you like. And then we'll also make this mayo dip stuff with, again, rice vinegar and a few different spices, and then just grab some corn tortillas, which are again wicked cheap. And honestly, I'll probably eat 5 to 7 of these for my dinner. They're honestly so good, guys. And then generally there's enough left over that I can have it again tomorrow for lunch and dinner, or one or the other. Honestly, it just tastes amazing. So about half hour after dinner, I'll have this drink that I've had every night for quite a few years. It's golden milk with oat milk instead of regular milk. Golden milk generally has turmeric in it and black pepper and a few other spices. It helps me relax so much. It also reduces inflammation and joint pain. And besides just the relaxing effects, if you look into the benefits of turmeric, there are just so many out there. So this is something I generally have every night. So I'll have this at night while we hang out or watch something, and then I'll probably get hungry and have another random snack at sometime near 8 o'clock. And that'll generally be the last thing I eat for the night. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to subscribe.